Hey everybody! So I have two layouts to share with you, two double layouts, and these ones actually have pictures, believe it or not. I started printing at home, so I'm able to size the pictures any way I want, because as you know, I make my layouts generally first and then add pictures later, because I scrapbook completely different. If I have pictures, I tend to add more pictures than what probably should be on the page. And then I have a hard time fitting in like the artistic bits that I'd like to. So I prefer to, if I'm feeling inspired to do a Mulan page, I go ahead and do it and then worry about the pictures later. So with this page, I started with a blue background. It's got some pink clouds here and there. And then I have added, I printed out the mountains from the movie. I've added some water, added the rocks, added like some white ink for the reflection in the water. And then the border is crazy. I don't even know how many pieces of paper it is. It's a lot. We got these teeny tiny little black ones, red, I got marble, I got burlap going on. It's just, I had no idea what I was doing when I started, and that's what became of it. And then for the mats, I also have lots of paper there. This is graphic 45, as is this paper right here. And I drew the dog, I drew the little cricket, he's right there. I drew Mulan, she was really fun to draw. And I love how big this font is. That really makes the page for me. And then with these cherry blossoms, I was being lazy and I printed them out. And then because I've switched over from using the brand Copic to Ohuhu markers, they're a little bit more affordable. I find they stay juicier longer. I'm having some troubles with my Copic markers. They're really drying out, so I have to buy new nibs, I have to buy refills. It was going to be very, very pricey. So I knew some of my Copic markers were not going to make it, and so I use Copic markers on top of that. Don't do that though with alcohol markers. It will wreck your markers as it picks up on the printer's ink, and you'll get black streaks and stuff like that. So these are just dollar store butterflies that I added. And then on this page here, I have Mushu. Hand drew him. We got the breakfast plate there. We got the horse. I love how I shaded the horse. And I've added all this, the rocks, the greenery. I printed out the mountains in the background. And then I talked about the flowers already. And then that's just a sticker right there. I like how this is angled. Oh, and this right here, I printed out with my printer. It took, I don't know how many times, 12 times, 14 times, I don't know, it was a lot to make sure that everything was even. I don't know, I had trouble with it. I don't have actual Cricut pens. I kind of like MacGyvered using my own pens in there, so that's probably why it didn't turn out. And I just added some holes and I made it look old looking, and it's actually very 3D. It's like a scroll, so like all this paper's rolled up, and that's rolled up there. So that's that layout. And then I have a pretty simple Belle layout right here for Enchanted Tales with Belle. And with this page, I looked up French provincial towns, and I got this image, and then there's another image back here. It was really beautiful, the town back here, so it did get covered up. But so I printed that. My printer only does 8.5 by 11, so I have to get creative on how I like do the 11 inches this way, and then I have to get creative how I hide the borders. So this one I wanted to do like stained glass. I ended up printing the stained glass. So all these roses are printed, and then I went over it with some black marker just to make them stick out a bit more. I hand drew the fountain and the sheep and Belle. And then over here, we go to Disney at Christmas time, so they have their Christmas trees up, and in the Beast's castle they have all these stained glass, the characters on their tree, so the light shines through them and they're beautiful. So I took pictures of them, and I'm glad I did because I was able to draw them to add to this layout. But yeah, so that's that one. I really like this one. It's simple, but it's cute, and these are the only pictures I have for Enchanted Tales with Belle because my kids are older, and it's weird if older kids go. For my children, anyone can go, but for my children, it's weird for them, so I have to wait for grandkids to be able to see that show again. But I hope you enjoyed. If you have any questions, feel free to ask, and thanks for watching. Bye.